Hi everyone, my name is Rodrigo Cotello and I am a solutions consultant with Chrome River. Thanks for joining us today for our third webcast of Chrome River Splash. As highlighted in the previous webcast, we are going to be hosting these frequently to highlight the value that Chrome River offers and our commitment to delivering features that will bring increased efficiencies, enhanced agility, and ongoing insights to our customers. In this latest splash, we are going to talk about how you can create and schedule reports in Chrome River. We will also showcase our expense dashboard. Now, to begin with, the most important thing that I always talk about is that the data is scattered everywhere. So you have your expense data and your travel data, you have your credit card data and your invoice data, your HR data, audit, vendors, the financial, your GSA rates, VAT, and all of the above. So our approach in Chrome River to help you with that, it is truly that we are bringing all those data sources together, not only to configure the UI that bring to light also your policies and the things and how Chrome River can, enhance those business rules, to police the operation and follow compliance. But we also store your data in two different databases. One in real time that helps you close the books. Always, even if somebody has an expense item in draft mode, we're going to be able to report on it there. But we also have a columnar database, also known as hyperstaging, to do big data queries, like big year, like multiple years type selections that sometimes in the past would require to wait for a system to even shoot you an email with a report. Right now, you can have an in-screen experience directly with Chrome River. So let's get started. First and foremost, analytics is a full suite with Chrome River. So if you go to menu, you will see that the three, components of the suite are found. We have inquiry, which is where the users would personally go and get their data personally to them. Then we have reports, which is what we're going to be talking about today. And lastly, but not least, analytics, where our expense dashboard actually lives. So let's get into reports. Once you're into reports, you will see that we here organize the content. We first start with favorites. You may have saved some reports as your favorites. As you can see here, very easily you can access those that you already have flagged as your favorites as organizing the content. And then we get into expense. And we often get asked, how many standard reports do you have? And here our approach is different. You can have as many standard reports as you want. We just organize the content so that you can access it very easily in our modern, slick design that you get used to once you start using Chrome River. So by example, you can just have certain data be pre-populated for approvers, or you can pre-populate on cash advances in all of those credit card type reporting, the part that people duplicate expenses, around the auditing, but then expense analysis and so on. As you can see, all of these different subjects are just, ways to access the entirety of your database. So by example, if I go to expense analysis, we will first show you those saved versions of that same report. So let me show you what I mean. So if I go to create new, you will see here on the report columns that these are pre-defaulted. So based on Chrome River's best practices, we know more or less all the data items that you need to bring an expense analysis to light. But here, very easily, you could just drag the, and drop the order. You can just remove some of the things that may not be relevant to you. And more so, you can just access by clicking on Add Columns, the entirety of your data. Every single data in Chrome River from beginning to end of the process, either by human input and or by those of your configuration, will be available to you. Even those user-defined fields, as you can see in this example on screen, will be there for you to report on. You can even change the name of these values. On another video, I can show you specifically where to go, to do that. But let's just click on Add, so that we commit to it. And the first thing that I always, try to show is just to have a question answered on screen. So basically, I could just run a quick query here, in this case, just for this month. But our new feature of adding filter criteria really lets us do, a specific, search. So if I do, let's say, expense owner, I can just bring all the expenses, let's say, for one of my colleagues here, Greg Allworth. So I'm just going to select them very easily. I can just answer, hey, let's just bring Greg Allworth's, year-to-date expenses, and then click on Run Report. So immediately, Chrome River now will show you those, that are, specifically items, to that criteria. Of course, Greg's is in Canada, you see that. But I want you to pay attention to this column called View Report, in which directly from the report, you're able to access the actual receipts. So this is something that I want you to remember, something very specific to Chrome River that separates us from our competitors. It is that in our reporting platform, you go directly and can access the receipt images. This works greatly for compliance type reporting, etc. All right. So now that's how you get, again, results on screen. However, you can always run that same result as an Excel file, as a PDF, as an active report, or just receipts only. This works great if you're just trying to get those receipts that were billable. Again, using your filter criteria, you can utilize that as a component just to filter the data and just get those specific images that were billable. But let's just save this. We can call this, monthly, splash report. And then here you define it's just like yearly, expenses, which was my criteria here. So when you click on save, you can see that now it belongs to all of the ones that we have here under expense analysis. So from it, there's many things you can do. This is a monthly report. But if you access here the options, you could clone it, and because you already like this report, you don't need to recreate it. The next version could be about the quarter. Then you clone it again, you can make it about the year. So very important. You can also share this report with specific users. Of course, our analytics platform, we do not charge you for your licenses, but we will embed security so that, let's say that the people in the LA office would only see the numbers corresponding to the LA office. So that way you have the peace of mind that when you share a report, there's already embedded security that we went through when we were installing your instance of Chrome River. You can add it as a favorite. Of course, you can go back and edit it. But one thing that I wanted to show you today is putting on a schedule. So I can just put a name, say, these are like the monthly or, yearly or whatever name, G. Alworth, just as an example. And then the frequency. Here's we're going to say, hey, let's just send this thing on a monthly basis. And then you can just set the frequency and start, at midnight. I can set it to default, in a whole bunch of time there so that it's always a recurrent report. Send it every 1 month and the first, let's say, Monday, of it, and I wanted to get it as an Excel. So then the next thing's the distribution. So let's say that I'm going to get this thing, distributed with all, my colleagues here. Just as an example, you will find out the people that are going to be a recipient, and then you can put your name as the actual from, because they get the email, the subjects, you say monthly, Alworth, expenses very easily, and then you can decide here to get this as an attachment or send them as an inline message if you just want the actual values on the actual body of the email. And the last part of it is the notification. Do I want to get a notification? I just want to get it on error, or I just want to get it always. I forgot to put the message. As you can see, we will always get you to help you to get all the fields here, and just say, monthly expenses. Very easily like that. You can just put it on a schedule, and then you become more like a manager of your scheduled reports, and you're ready. So the Chrome River reporting platform. I mentioned I would show you real quick, the actual expense dashboard. This is one that at the moment that you access Chrome River, for the first time, and you acquire the product that's going to come, with it. And in here it is, you can have drill down experiences. I mentioned earlier that our reports will drill down into receipts, but also our data visualization module would enable you with such experience. So these are more like interactive dashboards that you can, click and, and play is the word that I use. By example, here at the bottom left, you have what I call the agent count. So very easily you will see that these are all the approvals being, waiting and how long they've been waiting. So if I click on the ones that I have been waiting 3 weeks, you can get the list of those approvers immediately on screen, to be able to get to them. Or basically you can just touch anything and it will keep drilling down. So in this case, if I just want to do, okay, I want to take a look at all these taxi receipts, and then directly from it, I can just get directly into the line item receipts, and you can see that very easily you can utilize Chrome River again from your actionable dashboards that provide you with results. It lets you follow the compliance and keep an oversight of your operation. I hope you have enjoyed this video very much. Truly, we hope you find it helpful and that you learned a little more about who we are at Chrome River. Please be sure to request a demo on our website and see how we can help automate your business processes. We look forward to continuing to showcase you the best and latest and greatest of Chrome River. Thank you so much. Have a great day.